Star Wars only. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
Well, here we are again. Ray Park, almost 5 years after doing this initially, is breaking the internet again. Then, not really. This time he's just having a drunk-infused rant on Instagram. This has now been up for almost 2 days. He has not taken it down, kind of like previously. If you don't recall, this timeline of events. Back in 2019, he started posting some odd stuff on Instagram, like with his family in the background or something. He's like, hey, look, everything's okay. We're all good over here or something. It was just kind of odd. Quickly got taken down. There'd been another thing that happened that kind of got, taken care of. And then in like 2020, I want to say, randomly out of nowhere, I'm scrolling through Instagram and like many others who were following him, just see this video of his lightsaber getting polished. And it was kind of insane. And he started making accusations against another Star Wars actor. And what was really crazy about all of this is that in the beginning of 2020, he was basically having this deal with Lucasfilm to reprise his role as Darth Maul in a live-action Crimson Dawn series. And it was going to go through, and one of the things they had to deal with him about was, you got to keep cordial, stay professional, stay sober, basically, because he was having some issues. And then come I want to say it was around this time of year, or maybe like late in the year of 2020, he started posting all this crazy stuff. And ever since then, he has never been to a Star Wars celebration. A lot of the conventions he goes to are not like Lucasfilm or Disney conventions. You're just never going to see this guy at a Star Wars celebration again. Now, fast forward to modern day, just a couple days ago, he started drunkenly posting again on his Instagram. And what's wild is that these are still up as of this recording. And he, let's just watch.
So the cops just came here about 45 to an hour ago. Someone in Pasadena. I know who it is. I love Burbank PD. We even said, I don't know why we were called, because it's a different jurisdiction, yeah? One of my best friends is part of LAPD, so how's your life? How's your life? Be careful. Look over. I see you.
All right, and then this audio is wild. Let me play this one for you as well.
On my 23rd birthday, I was on Phantom, episode 1, right? There's a bunch of us at Bagley's, you and your sister, right? You were like this square. I'm a square too. You know what 2 squares mean when they get upside down together? 33. So, your sister, you allowed your sister, Michelle, to come back to my flat with Lee Khan. I fucked your sister, Lisa. She was doing blow, right? I was 22, turned 23 on Phantom. She got the large one, you know what I mean? So fuck off.
So Lisa is his wife, and he's like openly admitting to sleeping with her sister, doing this during the filming of The Phantom Menace, high as a kite, and just doing all the wrong things. Like, he's openly admitting to doing a lot of this stuff, and the woman's name he's mentioning is his wife, who was the woman in the video from so many years ago. So this has been a constant struggle for his family, his wife, his kids, and it's very sad. It's extremely sad. This is a cry for help. This guy needs help. And what blows my mind looking back is that how many people were denying that this was happening. I mean, go look at the comment section in my video covering this, where I even had exclusive information about what was going on behind the scenes that I think I talked a little bit about in that video. And everybody was like, no, you're lying. This is fake. His wife denied this, said he was hacked and everything like that. And the levels of denial were kind of insane. Well, now it's been up on his Instagram for a couple days. I've shown. I mean, how much more proof do you want that Ray Park is unwell? And this is not me trying to gloat or slander this guy and shit on him or anything, because I'll tell you what, Ray Park has been a very positive influence on the fandom for almost 20 years. He was one of the guys at the first Star Wars celebration and made that feel like an event. He has been at almost every Star Wars celebration before the events of 2020. And honestly, I mean, I remember growing up as a kid seeing him at the Disney World Star Wars weekends that they used to do. And he was just such a positive person to see and be around. He was a martial artist. I had that in relation to him because I'd always done martial arts since I was a kid. So I kind of looked up to him in that aspect. He embraced the fandom, was an active member of the fandom, and truly is obviously a good-hearted person. But he has his demons. And what's sad about this is that it's been 5 years and this is still happening to the poor guy. And he needs help. And I don't know what we could do as a community to help someone like him. And I think what's odd is that because of what he has done and because of how bad some of these things are, reflecting on him as a person kind of thing, it's like he's been shunned almost. He's not involved with anything officially with Lucasfilm. And I'm not blaming Lucasfilm for any of this stuff, but it's like, could you have, as a company, have been able to send him to maybe rehab or something, or get him therapy or anything to help this guy out, because he needs help. He obviously needs some help. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see anyone in this kind of situation, but especially someone who has been such an active member of this community and this fandom in such a positive way. I mean, he would stay hours after the conventions in line with people just to make sure every single fan could talk to him. He wouldn't do what some of the other actors do and just rush them along. He would actually sit there and have a conversation with you. He would sign autographs. He would go out and interact with fans on the floor. He was an extremely positive influence for Star Wars. And it's just a damn shame to see what's happened. And of course, thoughts and prayers to him and his family. And I don't really know what we can do as a community. And selfishly, as a community, this stuff has impacted us. We were going to get him back as a live action Darth Maul. And a lot of fans would have loved that. That would have been a great moment for a lot of Star Wars fans. And we will never get that. We're getting it in animation now, So I don't know. This is a very tough and sad situation for someone who, it's not like he was just a side actor. It's not like he wasn't important or anything like that. It's like, no, this guy played an iconic Star Wars villain, Darth Maul. Darth Maul is very well known in the pop culture. He brought him to life physically and then engaged with the community for 20 odd years after. It's a beautiful thing, and to see what's happened to him now, and now that he's no longer going to be involved with Star Wars in almost any capacity going forward, even the little comic conventions and autograph signings that he had planned for this month and the next couple months have all been canceled. And so it's just, it's really sad. People say, thoughts and prayers and everything. And, if you believe in that, I say a prayer for Ray Park and his family tonight, and good luck to all of them, because this is such a hard thing to see anybody go through, but especially a father, a husband, and a positive influence on the community who, like he was stating, has been struggling with this since he was 22 years old. Back in 1997, they were filming The Phantom Menace, and he was doing these bad things. I mean, that's what they are. These are bad things that this guy is doing. Doesn't make him an entirely bad person, because we have seen the good in him, for so long, and that's what he's put out there. But unfortunately, that's what happens with a lot of social media stuff and these kind of situations where you get so drunk one night, you reveal your, family issues and that you were sleeping with your wife's sister, back in the 90s. I mean, that's just not something we're supposed to be doing, So, whew, what a Debbie Downer of a situation and of a video. I'm sorry to, once again cover this, but it has definitely been a cycle of events that has impacted the Star Wars community. And not the best way, not the best way in the slightest. But tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. If you pray for Ray Park. If you don't, we'll always say, may the force be with you, Ray Park, because you need it, brother. You need it. And if you guys are going through anything, reach out to somebody. You don't have to be lonely here at Star Wars Only. We're here for you guys, all right? So good night and good luck, my friends, and may the force be with you always.